Hello, everybody. Sorry for the wait. My name is Jealous, and co-casting with me today again is Neblime.
What's up?
So today we're doing groups B and C from the Rookie Star League. These were two of the shorter groups. I'm going to pull those up for you in just a moment.
Nice.
So what happened was that a few people did not show up, couldn't make it to their games. Stuff like that happens sometimes, and so I did leave the names of the people who are going to be playing in the replay files this time because it's not really spoilers if you don't have a full group, I think. um, but we are looking at potentially PvP, ZVZ, TVT, and ZVP today.
Nice selection.
I think actually I know for a fact that we won't have the TVT, so we might be spared like one of those.
Ah,
I know you're excited about that. I saw you talking about TVT in the channel FBW recently.
I'll defend TVT until the day I die. It's beautiful.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start up the game now and host the first replay. Just give me one moment, because sometimes do you ever have this thing? I don't know if you stream or not, but for some reason the StarCraft gets stuck on the lobby screen. Like it'll display it properly in OBS up until when you get to the lobby, and then it just gets stuck on the lobby screen. You can hear the music and the game and the sounds, and you can see the mouse moving around, but you don't see the actual game. You just stay in the lobby. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, because I can't stream. My internet's too bad. Back in like 2013, I would stream StarCraft 2 and XCOM at like 1 FPS. There were like three people that seemed to enjoy watching it.
Well, StarCraft 2, I'm sure, is a little bit more user friendly for streaming than
Oh yeah,
even remastered is a little
absolutely.
bit little suspect sometimes. So,
And I swear it actually uses a lot more bandwidth than the StarCraft 2, which doesn't really make sense to me. But yeah,
all right, well, I'm gonna host the first game. It's gonna be ZZZ password ZZZ, and it's gonna be from Siev and M Shift. It's gonna be a PvP on Medusa.
nice. Third world internet problems. Yeah, Australia is basically a third world country.
Well, it's run by what are they called? Convicts, right? So
I mean, it's run by convicts and also populated by convicts. What's it?
my point is, like, how can you expect anything to run well when they can't run their own lives well?
Well, I mean, like in prisons, people like organize themselves into gangs and such. Pretty efficient. They wait in line to get their food. It seems pretty organized to me.
You're right. There's some truth to that. Not gonna deny it. Um, can you give me a one, two, three?
One, two, three.
Okay, sorry. Just had to double check. 'Cause there was no audio at all coming for a second. I got scared that you were muted this whole time.
Ooh,
But no,
no, that would suck.
I think we're good now.
Just talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Here we have the Chobo Insanity stream where he'll talk to himself for 2 hours.
Uh, so anyway, yeah, we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be Sieve versus M Shift, PvP on Medusa for the first game of Group B.
Nice. Should we like at the players? That's what I do when I'm casting CPL.
You can go ahead and do that if you have the opportunity. Probably in the Rookie League channel.
Yeah, that's where I'm doing him.
All right, I'll take over for you in the meantime. So here in the top
Oh,
right,
it's already done.
oh wow, you're on point. Okay, so here in the top right, we have the Peach Protoss M Shift 2.
And at well, I guess you'd call it the 7 o'clock, we have Purple Protosiev. He's at McDonald's today, apparently. Like he's playing from McDonald's with their Wi Fi.
I mean, I've done similar things before. It's not unheard of.
Dude, if I had a competent laptop, I'd totally do that. It's probably like 10 times better than my internet.
Um, so I used to, when I used to work like manual labor, I would work late at night, and during the day, I didn't have any internet in my house because I was poor as shit. So
Damn.
I would go to this, I guess it was kind of like a 7-Eleven, but not really. It was kind of like more like a deli. And in exchange for like helping them clean up when I leave, they would let me stay there and play on the internet all day. So all I did was play Brood War, and it's
Wow.
crazy the kind of people you would see coming and going into delis, and they would sit down and watch me playing Brood War. They also had like an arcade there and stuff. It was actually really cool. So
Yeah,
see
it does sound pretty cool.
so see if at McDonald's, I totally understand exactly what you're doing. I know exactly what you're going
If
through.
he's actually doing that.
Yeah.
Could just be a meme.
Well, so he's going for Pylon Scout. It's not really standard in PvP. Generally, you're not gonna.
Immediately, I'm like, is he up to something?
That's a good point. It could be Forge right here, and then he does the Pylon hop over the temples right here to cannon
Oh,
rush
that would
somebody.
be so dirty. I didn't even think of that, but my god. Okay.
It has been done before, and in the meantime, M Shift is going for a much more standard 10 gate here.
Does that happen in a pro game? Now I'm paranoid it's going to happen to me even playing as Terran.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's happened in a pro game, but I know for a fact that it's happened in a lot of ladder games, and it's been a.
Oh yeah.
And let's see, is M Shift do? Yeah, M Shift got stuck. So this is what happens when you
Is he
set.
going Nexus first? He is. Ziev is, that is.
Yeah, after scouting just one position, but this is gonna work out for him, I think, because M Shift is still has not scouted his opponent. Uh, the
Yeah.
the quirky thing about Medusa is if you click on the high ground behind the main base of what that you're trying to scout, you're gonna do this dance around the temple thing. You have to click a little bit
Yeah.
away from the edge into their main base to actually walk there.
Yeah, I find that super annoying for lazy people like me. Aztec suffers from a similar problem. The worker doesn't really know.
Yeah, definitely happens. And looks like M Shift he went pylon, cybernetics, similar. So it kind of tells me that there should be a second zealot on the way, but maybe he's just being a little bit more, I don't know, economical. And first thing he does is he checks behind his base. So he's aware of the cannon
Hmm.
rush potential.
I guess it's happened to him. So if you make the zealot here, right? Can you
Yeah.
just send it and start putting on pressure? Because the Protoss like needs to. Oh, he's going the double gateway. Okay, never mind. I thought he was going to make cannons here.
No, yeah, double gateway. This is actually really strong. For like if it doesn't get scouted in time, and the other Protosses, even if they're going two gate, you can hold with your own two gates because they come out like relatively early. You cut probes in order to get them earlier. And so a common thing that people will do if they go two gate is they place a pylon and a shield battery in your natural to try to beat your late two gate with their on time two gate.
Ah,
But we're not going to see that here. It looks like M Shift is opting to go tech. He has the cybernetics core up. He
yeah.
has three probes on the gas. So there are still options here, but now he's going to be the one that's likely to get zealot pressured in the coming moments.
Well, he'll have Dragoons out soon enough. I imagine that he's not going to have too much trouble. And he's already made two zealots of his own. So unless CF really commits to that, I don't think he's going to have too hard of a time.
Yeah, you would be surprised though. I mean, two zealots definitely is the safer option. But sometimes if you're going one gate and you're trying to get that reaver out because you're thinking, oh, I can just out tech them and then push them with
Ah,
reaver. What ends up happening is that even if you have dragoons and they only have zealots, it's actually a lot harder to be the dragoon player than it is to be the zealot player. The zealot player, you can just task one zealot to target the dragoon, and then send one zealot into the mineral line, and then because you have more zealots than they do, the other zealots just fight the, like in this case, M shift zealots. So it's just a
mm-hmm.
numbers game, and it becomes very hard for the defender.
Ooh. Looks like he wants to do a busty. He's going for 4 gates.
I like this play. This is a good
Yeah,
answer.
you don't see this very often. In fact, a lot of the time when you see this, it's like a super ballsy, like proxy 3 gates right near your base kind of thing. Uh, so yeah, I'm excited too.
See, one thing that I guess M Shift realizes that he can now deny scouting from Sieve for a very long time because observers are such a
Oh
long way
yeah.
away. So Sieve has to prepare for a bunch of different options. He has to prepare for Dark Templar by placing cannons, probably in his main and in his natural. He has to prepare for Reaver, which means that he likely has to go Dragoons with range. So Sieve has to cover a lot of bases if he doesn't know what his opponent is doing. And in this case, this is one of the options that is harder to hold, in my opinion, for Gate Dragoon.
Yeah, because the cannons aren't really going to be that effective, right?
I mean, cannons are pretty
Ooh.
good against Dragoons, but their positioning
Are
here
they
isn't the
though?
greatest. Yeah, they're pretty
My
good.
impression is that Dragoons kill them so fast, though.
Uh, no, I mean, cannons have 300 HP, whereas Dragoons have 180.
200. You're not playing StarCraft 2 now, Turbo. It's 200.
You're right, you're right, you're right. My bad. 200, 200. I don't know where I got the 300 from. I really don't.
That's how they have in StarCraft 2.
Oh, they do? Okay,
You,
I don't even
you
play
said
that.
you were playing a game just for the cast. Tell me the truth, Turbo. Were you playing StarCraft?
Anyone
You'll
who
be
was
banned from CPL.
anyone who was in the stream would hear the fact that I had the Age of Empires 2 win screen up when when I was turning it
Oh,
off in the
nice.
stream. Yeah, but
Imagine
anyway,
if you could build photon cannons in Age of Empires.
that'd be incredible. But
Oh,
anyway,
what is
so
Zealot's going down?
yeah, M Shift is moving out, and I believe Sieve should suspect what this is now. And this is the time when you would throw down a bunch of extra cannons. He's throwing down one extra, but as I mentioned
So,
earlier, the position isn't really that great for him. He doesn't have a good line for the cannons right now.
yeah, so what do you do in this scenario? Do you throw down 2 more gates of your own?
You can't afford to. You have to just keep replacing the cannons, and you have to rely
Oh,
on your stronger economy. I mean, you will eventually add the gateways yourself, but for now you need
okay.
to really just focus on holding.
Oh,
And
and
this,
Shift isn't going to wait, and I think he can break through pretty easily. See what I mean, man? Cannons die so fast.
uh, I guess you've proved me wrong on this one then. You proved me
Wizard's
wrong this
always
time.
telling me cannons suck, and he's right. So I guess you have to fight with probes here, and well, even is that going to be enough? I
Yeah,
mean,
he
they aren't SCVs, that's for sure.
yeah he had to pull the probes. He had to use the zealots ahead of time. But I think M Shift has
Damn,
just busted in. And he's gonna be able to do
what a
this one.
smooth bust. It's just like, oh, you want to build a Nexus? Well, I'm building Dragoon. Good luck.
GG. Yeah, it was a risky strategy by Siev. I feel like he maybe didn't prepare as well in terms of like how his cannons were positioned. If you could see how
Yeah.
hard it is to bust cannons when they're really well positioned and the person's coming out with probes and zealots, which soaks up some shots, which can trap your dragoons.
Well, that's what was missing is the
Yeah,
probes needed to be defending the cannons, I think.
yeah. Well, either way, it was a great play by M Shift. He scouted,
Yeah.
even late scouted. He still reacted very well. So props to M Shift for that one. And he's gonna be winning game one in Group B.
Yeah, I gotta say, Siev's macro is looking good, considering he's doing a greedy opening as well, though. Obviously, he wasn't prepared for all the possibilities. I kind of like how he was going to.
I think you cut out after going to.
That's all I said.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad. I thought you were gonna say like going to cannons, going to
T-O-O.
reavers or something like that. Okay, so next we're gonna have rookie SL MJ versus the fake Finn.
Oh, yeah.
Let me double check the bracket that we have here for a
That's a
second.
long name.
Uh, I think that's their in-game name. Oh, so it's just MJ versus
Oh, it's Snowtrooper. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Snowtrooper.
That's what I'm gonna call him.
All right, works for me. And Brood Warrior decided to disappear again. It's all good. We're fine. Wait, I
So wait, who is he versus? Snowtrooper versus who?
the fake Finn.
Fake Finn.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's literally his name, the Fake Finn.
I'm getting a little confused about these brackets right now because I'm looking at the replays and I'm not really seeing how like why we only have three if there was four players, but we'll figure it out as it goes on.
Oh,
So
well, I mean, the actual progression of it doesn't matter, right? So
yeah, we're just gonna cast the games, you know. Don't not worry about it too much. And so this is gonna be a ZVZ on Medusa this time, and I'm ready to
nice.
roll when you are.
All right, let's go.
Oh yeah, there was two walkovers, but as Lisa's saying in the chat, but I'm kind of confused about which game is going to be the walkover. I guess we'll find out when we see the next game. We'll find out what the
Yeah,
walkovers are. But anyway, MJ, what would you call him again? Snow Soldier?
Snowtrooper, Snowtrooper.
Snowtrooper is the red Zerg spawning at the 3 o'clock.
And at the top left, we have the Elisa, the Fake Finn. I'm just gonna call him Finn, which is kind of the opposite of what his name is. It's like
Uh,
he's not really Finn.
yeah, I was about to say that's a little bit prejudiced from you, kind of considering your name is not Lemon, and
Ooh, true.
you have to call him Fake Finn. You have to because you get on
All
everyone's case
right.
for calling you Lemon. I'm gonna call him whatever I want.
Well,
So
he is the color of a lemon, so I feel like I already have some salt. Yeah,
true. This is
I've got some beef.
um, we have MJ scouting in the correct direction, and correct meaning in the direction where his opponent is, and the fake Finn is not, and that's actually a really big deal in ZVZ. The person who
Oh
scouts
yeah.
later, they have to play a little bit more cautiously. It's very risky. Well, not exactly risky, but it's costly to send out a scouting drone to find out what your opponent's doing. So
Looks
there,
like both players are gonna open 9 pool here.
yeah, that works out pretty well for the fake Finn. If he had gone for maybe a greedier opening, he would have felt a little uncomfortable with it, I think. The question is if they're gonna go gas behind it, and when they do, the fake Finn sacrifices 8 minerals to the Vespine Geyser gods and makes his gas, and as does MJ.
Yes.
Now, first thing I want to immediately know is that I really like MJ's pool placement here. This makes it
Oh yeah.
you cover with one sunken, you cover both the gas and the pool, and if you place the sunken near the gas, you can do the drone drill in order to protect the sunken. Whereas the fake Finn would have a
Yeah.
much harder time defending both the gas and the pool with a single sunken colony.
Yeah, and I mean even that spawning pool placement, even if there's a sunken there, there's no easy Sim City to do. So definitely could come into play big time there.
And we have the Overlord out and the Zerglings on the way for the Finn. And
Okay, so they're obviously both going to go for full Zerglings. Do you ever get layer before speed if you just decide, okay, I'm going to play total and go for meter, or is that not a thing?
well, that's exactly what MJ is doing.
There you go!
So
We've done it!
it's a thing now, And it looks like the fake Finn is not going to be opting for that. He's still mining gas though, and he has well over 160. So I'm starting to think that either this is a slight oversight. I mean, he's not getting the speed, or is maybe it's a response to the lack of scouting information. He doesn't want to invest in Lair yet. He definitely should get the speed
Well,
though. Oh my God, Finn,
yeah.
where are you going, Finn? Finn,
Oh no, I
Finn.
don't think he practiced the map. I don't think he
Yeah,
knows the layout. That's unfortunate. It really goes to show that you can get a considerable advantage just by having played a lot of games on the map compared
yeah.
to your opponent.
Practicing maps is something that's really crucial, which I can't overstate enough. You know, people should definitely play the map that they're going to be on over and over and over again to learn all the ins and outs. The fact that you can't scout directly into the person's base
Ooh,
sometimes.
I don't
And
know about that colony placement.
here it is again, by the way. Here's the Zerglings getting stuck on the temple.
Ah.
And
I just want to say I like the fact that Snowtrooper kept his lings home because he knows he's not going to have speed first because he scouted his opponent.
yeah,
And also, since his opponent's blind, maybe he'll rush in a bit too aggressively. And since MJ is doing basically the same build lava-wise and has the reinforcement advantage, he could get a good engagement that way.
absolutely. And the sunken colony as well. It's going to make him
Yeah.
extra protected. There is...
I still have to question the placement, but that's okay.
Yeah, the placement not ideal, but it's not horrendous either. It's still going to cover everything that's important
He
here.
didn't
But
just put it on like the edge of the creep. Oh, drone! Ah!
drone pickups are so key in these low eco situations where both players went for
Something
like a
not
9
done
pull.
in time for this, unfortunately. Oh, he gets another one!
That's really good for
Damn.
him. But unfortunately for the Finn, his layer is way later than
The
MJ's.
fake fin, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
the fake Finn. You're right. You're right. And his speed was later too. I don't think it was done in time for that, or maybe it was. But
Well, MJ still doesn't have speed, I believe.
yeah, but I don't think MJ could potentially just go on the aggressive here, seeing the fact that
Without speed? I'm not saying he shouldn't have gotten speed, but he doesn't have it is the fact, so...
yeah,
Wait,
but
no, yes he does. Oh.
but just his numbers are superior to were superior to what the Finn has, and I think the Finn realized that, and he made a bunch of Zerglings out of this. But considering how weak both their economies are, the earlier Spire timing has to be a huge advantage here.
Yeah, I mean, just like two Mutalisks coming in could kill a bunch of drones before anything could happen, really. I
So,
think the fake Fiend has to put the Ling pressure on at the right time so the Mutas can't come across.
and surprisingly, MJ is going to be the one that's moving out now, and maybe it's because he only sees
Ooh.
4 Zerglings in the main, he wasn't keeping track, but no, he decides to go back home. That's a good call by him.
Yeah, I definitely think he should, especially having invested in that Sunken before,
Hmm.
sort of put himself on the defensive.
He does have only 1 on gas, but his mutas are already on the way. So,
I mean, he does have a lot of gas bank. Did he remake a drone or two? I can't remember how many he had.
yeah, he had to have made at least 1 because he's at 8 now.
Yeah, well,
He lost 2.
I guess that explains why his link count is so much lower still.
And Faust said that ZVZ is very cutthroat, and I have to entirely agree. There was a
Yeah.
meme on Team Liquid before memes were even really that much of a thing. It was like the comparison between the 3 mirror matchups. PvP is like I don't know, 2 people with big hammers swing at each other. But all right, I'm gonna get back to that later. The Mutalisks are inside the base for the Finn, the fake Finn,
Yeah.
and his own
Ooh,
mutas
the
are a
Ling's
little bit late.
engaging. I don't know about the Lings engaging right now. I mean, I guess it's distracting Finn's Lings, but it's not really giving him any benefit. But yeah, the drones he's killed already are great. I mean, he's basically ahead from that. Just needs to be careful when these opposing Mutalisks hatch out. Ooh, okay.
Okay, let's see the reaction. Good reaction here from MJ. I think
it's a
that
good choice.
when you're in this situation, when your Spire is later than your opponents, and you know the Mutos are coming, your best bet is to make Scourge actually, because first of all, in low numbers, it's hard to snipe Scourge, and second of all, Scourge build faster and are cheaper, so they're good trades against Mutos. So that's one way to get back in the game. But now, it's gonna.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like the Zergling running. He's gonna get off some drones, but I don't think it's gonna be enough. If he
Well,
loses these mutas,
MJ's not microing them to the fullest extent. I mean, he did a good job pulling them away, but you really need to sort of mineral walk over and disrupt the Zerglings more, I think. But hey, overall, he was held pretty well, actually, and now he has a massive mutal lead, actually. He's probably just going to go kill him.
yeah, the Finn has less drones. 2 of them have not been mining so far. I think that was just an all-in attack, and I just realized that I still had the replay bar there. I'm sorry, people. I'm so sorry.
This is why you need an overlay to block that.
True, you're right.
Gonna go for the Spire, which is interesting. I think he's just going to go for the drones.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna go for it now. And with no drones, you can't win.
Yeah, pretty much. There's the GG.
Yeah, GG.
So, well done by MJ. Just, slightly superior decision making, I feel like.
Yeah, also a bit fortunate in the early game when he saw the
Oh, yeah.
when the Overlord goes in the right direction, and I wouldn't call it a hard counter to go for layer before speed, but because on top of the fact that the Finn didn't send his Overlord in the right direction, it just kind of compounded the advantage, I think.
Yeah.
And BB saying that Bloodham played against the guy who made Scourge and killed all the Overlords again and again from his opponent, who
Interesting.
presumably went Mutalisks. That's another option too. If you don't have Overlords, you can't make Mutalisks, so that's not a terrible option.
I mean, unless you have some kind of lava advantage, though, aren't you sort of just trading gas for minerals constantly? Doesn't really seem like you'd get ahead that way.
Well, first of all, like I pointed out, the Scourge are cheaper than the Mutalisks, so if you can trade one group of Scourge for
Yeah,
one group of
but to an
Mutalisks,
overlord, it's 100 minerals instead of 25 gas. I mean, that doesn't seem that great.
well, Overlord's built for a long time, and
Oh, true.
on top of that, if you're supply blocked, you can't remake your Mutalisks numbers, so that's when you get the kind of like the breathing room to make your own Mutalisks. You stop Scourge production after that, you make your round of Mutalisks.
Okay.
I think that's the play. I'm not a CVZ expert by any means, but that's what I'm thinking.
It sounds weird.
Okay, so Least is telling me that after winning that game, MJ got a walkover on his next games. And this means that this is the losers match, which is Sieve versus the fake Finn. And
So MJ advanced, yeah?
yeah, MJ advanced, and the winner of this will advance as well. So
Alrighty.
it's going to be on Crossing Field since it's the losers match. We skipped the FS match, I believe. And
Alrighty.
oh, okay, failed to advertise. Blizzard, you're lying to me. I'm going to make it ZZ, password ZZ. Failed to advertise Bisu, Bisu, Blizzard. You failed to advertise your games with that mobile joke. I know it's like played out by now, but it's telling people that they failed to advertise on that are playing your game. You're kind of messing up, my guy.
Yeah.
Game's up, by the way.
I can't see it.
Blizzard. All right, Blizzard took that to heart and decided, fuck this fan guy.
It's not advertised, man. I can't.
Yeah, I'm remaking it now.
There we go.
Sweet. So yeah, we talked about PVZ on this map last time a little bit.
Yes.
I thought about
I
it
think
since then.
I think it sort of slightly favors the Zerg. It seems okay for Protoss at first, but I think in the long term, it's good for Zerg.
Yeah, it's definitely not bad. And we were talking about when the Zerg was in the right-hand spawn here. We were talking about the 1 o'clock versus the, I guess, 5
Get this
o'clock
guy out of
expand. I
here.
guess I will in a moment. The 1 o'clock is actually really good because it's close to your base. It's really easy to reinforce. The other one is a little bit easier to defend positionally speaking because there's a narrow gap. But I feel like the 11 o'clock would be the option, and going both sides for Zerg. Armada left on his own. See, I don't have to be a bad guy.
Okay, well, he could have not joined. Just saying.
Um, all right, so let's go. Sieve versus MJ. Oh,
All right.
I mean the fake Finn. My bad, Sieve. MJ.
Well, that's all good.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit awkward. So Sieve spawning in the left-hand side as the orange Protoss.
And on the right hand side, it's the fake Finn, purple Zerg. Purple's a great Zerg color.
I mean the what's called the lore in NHFFA is that purple Protoss is the one that's unbeatable. You heard
Really?
about that? Yeah, they say that purple Protoss
No.
wins every game. Yeah,
I mean, Protoss is pretty OP in FFAs anyway, but let's not get into that.
true.
So you were saying like PvP is like two guys swinging with sledgehammers. What's PvZ like then?
Oh well, it was only the mirror matchups that were discussed. TVT was like chess, where the pieces explode randomly in your hand, and
Well, my analogy for ZVP, that's pretty funny, right? But my analogy for PvZ, it's like a boxing match, but the Protoss is like the young guy who's like, I'm going to knock him out right away. He's coming hard. He's just putting everything into it. And the other guy is like the really experienced technical boxer who's just like blocking everything and waiting till the other guy tires out. Then smack, he's dead.
that's pretty good. I like that one.
But sometimes the Zerg is just like, actually, I'm going to knock you out now.
And
Interesting pylon placement. Is that correct?
yeah, I was thinking that too, and I think that this is not correct, considering the fact that there's an entrance that goes behind this, and I'm gonna show this real quick.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This
I
entrance
didn't even think of that.
can be wrapped around this way. If you guys are following me on the screen here, you can definitely just wrap around stuff. It's not the right wall. It absolutely is not.
Yeah, I forgot about the back end just completely, to be honest. But yeah, this is like super risky. If the fake Finn decides to attack at any point here, like
Mhm,
before Storm, basically, this is going to be a deadly
mhm.
problem.
Yeah, Ling all in this. If upon seeing this wall of Ling all in would be absolutely brutal because you can surround the cannons from both sides. There's no way that Protoss can block both gaps. So it's gonna come down to what the fake Finn sees, what he decides. He does. He
Oh,
did go for pull
harassing that
first.
drone. Oh, the drone's going to die. Okay,
Oh,
he
nice
survived.
save. Oh wait, but it still hurt.
Jesus.
I thought he was going back for round two.
Ooh. He definitely could have tried. He didn't take that much damage there. But
Yeah.
hey, a nice attempt.
Yeah,
Disrupted a lot of mining.
and good on Fake Finn for noticing that, because being a drone down when you're already choosing like a non-economic build like this could be really hurtful. He's going for only 4 lings though, so it looks like he hasn't kind
Yeah,
of
this
sniffed
double
out.
cannon is not necessary. But then again, the gap is so wide because of how this wall is. Maybe it is.
Yeah, he didn't keep his probe in the base to find out how many Zerglings are out. If it was 6 lings, I could understand the 2 cannon choice, but with against only 4, you're fine just going for the Nexus and then for the gateway.
Yeah, I mean, he still can go back in, but it doesn't look like he's going to, and I think that is definitely a big mistake. We talked about this in the other games as well. You really want to keep it in there as long as you can.
Yeah, and the Fake Finn not really scouting with his Overlord. If he knew that the natural was being taken like this, it would definitely affect his play, because as we discussed before, it is a little bit more standard to take the back base for Protoss, and then take the natural later. If
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I
you can.
guess it is a lot easier, but I would have thought you'd try and secure this location in the early game while you sort of can.
Well, not to rehash old conversations in their entirety, but you can open Gateway Tech, Gateway
Oh,
Nexus
that's right.
Tech, yeah, off of if you go with the back Nexus, which really
Totally forgot about
accelerates
that.
your Corsair and your High Templar and speed lot timing. So,
Yeah,
but either way,
fair enough.
uh,
So at the moment, Fake Finn only sees a pylon. There could be like 2 gates somewhere. He's just waiting for a ridiculous number of zealots to attack.
and I mean the Fake Finn is just going on with his game plan anyway. It seems like he's taking the third hatch at the natural.
Yeah.
It seems like a very standard play by him, and this might just go into a very standard game from this point.
I mean, I think that's a good idea on this map. I think it's built for defensive play, really.
Mm-hmm. And well, I mean, if he had known about this situation in natural, he could have definitely gone for an all-in N1, I think. But
Yeah.
Sieve now playing super safe. He has 3 probes blocking this super big wall. I think at this point he must realize that like something's not right. You know, if you need 3 probes to close up a hole, I think that's why he's playing a little bit more defensive. He looked at his wall and he's like, oh crap, this is not gonna work. And that's the worst feeling in PvZ when you make a wall, or when you make the first pylon, you realize like, oh shit. this this is not gonna wall right. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Well, you
such
could still make
psychological
like
damage.
another pylon up there or something if you really wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. Another pylon I think would actually be the recommended thing to do here.
And if you need to leave the greens, you can just kill the egg later or something.
Absolutely. It's common to kill the one of the pylons actually, and have another one made behind it to support. That way you don't lose any important like tech buildings. But yeah, the egg would be another option too here.
I think we have a Hydra bust coming up, actually, because he's not droning up on that third base. He's just sticking on hatchery tech and making Hydras here.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a little bit dangerous for Steve. He's had probes pulled for so long. I feel like his Stargate is definitely delayed. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go down at around 420-ish. And so this one's probably a good 40 seconds late. And even if you do 420 Stargate like right on time, the Corsair arrives at your enemy's natural or main as the Hydras are leaving the base. So you start going into a scramble situation.
Yeah.
If the Corsair doesn't get there quick, it's gonna be a little bit dangerous if he doesn't get any scouting at all.
I'm just thinking, what's Fake Finn waiting for here? Because yeah, speed is still going, and then range after that.
But
Surely you can start chipping away at stuff before they're ready, or do you want to try and hide it and hit all at once?
definitely hide it and hit all at once, but considering the fact that Steve doesn't have any vision on the map, I think he could start doing that walk over there now. He definitely has
Yeah,
enough
but I
units.
suppose Finn doesn't know that.
Yeah,
That he has no vision.
and I mean the Hydras are in plain sight even if Steve was scouting. So I think it's just the fake Finn.
Yeah.
It's like he's doing it like as if you're building a house. He's laying down the foundation. Now he's putting up the walls. Then he puts on the roof. He doesn't know that in Brood War you can build like one half of one wall and then one half of the roof and just do everything a
Yeah.
little bit at once. I mean, it feels like very much like segmented play.
Wow, this zealot move out is going to die instantly, but at least he'll
Yeah.
know there's Hydras coming. Again, I feel like if CF kept his probe in for a lot longer, he could figure out this is happening.
Absolutely.
There's still no lair coming up.
Yeah, this is gonna be a Hydra all-in
Ooh.
at this point. When it's only like 6 or 8 Hydralisks with range, like then that's not an all-in. And
Okay, he sees a Hydra, but I doubt he's gonna have the wherewithal to go cannons immediately on that.
oh,
Okay, now he knows. Now he
yeah,
knows he's in trouble.
yeah, and the Corsair comes just in time to run away. And now Steve has to pull way back. I expect to see a ton of cannons out of him, but his pylon placement is going to prevent him from cannoning the north side of his base. He's in a really bad spot here.
Ah.
He's going to have
Okay, well,
to
the
really
Templar
pull.
Archives is coming up, and Overlord speed cannot be researched because there's no lair. So I feel like if he can stall, a DT can come out. But that's a lot of Hydras.
Yeah, that's a ton of Hydras, and this is every Protoss nightmare. I like what Steve did. He did place another pylon immediately so he can start adding northern cannons. He did save all his Zealots to pull him back and try to draw some fire.
Yeah, it's really good that he didn't just let them die there.
And now
Of course, it's very important. He can't lose that.
he's coming in. He
Dragoon's
kills one
coming out,
cannon.
actually.
Ooh, the pathing on the Hydras is a little bit derpy right now. They don't understand how to
Yeah.
push through the wall. And the cannons are coming up now, the back cannons, so even if the wall goes down, I think he's going to be able to hold this now. The Hydra count is way low. Fake...
But
Oh,
you can just
the
ride
run
past.
by! Ooh, I like this
Ooh.
move.
And it
Yes.
shows the weakness of this wall. But what can he do in here?
He can kill a lot of probes. He can kill the Templar
True.
Archives.
Oh, that would be huge.
Killing the Templar Archives would be enormous. And Finn
He
hit
needs
the
to
only...
kill that zealot.
Yeah, the Fiend what Finn needs to do right now. No, don't go back out there. No, it's dangerous over there.
Oh, this is a big mistake.
Oh,
You're right, he could kill a lot more in the main. Well, he gets that cannon, so I guess those probes are open season, but still, these cannons are picking away all his Hydras because he didn't control them properly.
yeah. And if I had to give one tip to the fake Finn is you only need 3 hotkeys in order to win this game after that bust. It's putting your hatcheries on 3, 4, and 5, rallying them to right outside the Protoss Natural, and 3 SH, 4 SH, 5 SH. That's all you need. If he had been doing that the entire time, he wouldn't have 1,200 minerals. He would have a ton of
Oh,
Hydralisks
yeah.
knocking on the door. And despite the early aggression, I mean, Siev's still up in supply, and his economy is in decent shape. He didn't lose that many probes. He's up in
Yeah.
tech.
There's
Siev-
still no lair and no more hatcheries coming up yet, so Zergus kind of just paused at this capability, and it's only a matter of time till Storm's out. I'm a bit disappointed that no DTs came out, or even a High Templar yet. Oh wait, no, there is a High Templar. But yeah, with the capability to use Corsairs to push the Overlords back, DTs would just shut this down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I love making a early DT when I manage to kill the Overlord outside my natural. I think that's a really strong play. It makes them forced to wait until there's Overlord speed. And so you're definitely right on that. But
And since there's no lair, that would be like really strong.
yeah, that wouldn't be in this game, I think. That would be in the next game, if there is one at this point.
Yeah,
Because it seems like
yeah,
the fake Finn is
that's-
committed to this.
Well, I think Storm's done, right? So I think this window is closed.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely over. I think, honestly, he could have stopped after he had lost most of those Hydralisks. He could have spent all that money on
Yeah.
throwing down 2 more hatcheries immediately, starting your lair, and then he would have been in, like,
Well, here we
only
go.
slightly behind. Ooh,
A decent Storm.
he's going for the front cannon.
He's got
Zerg
another
is it?
Storm to use.
Nice storm, yes. Very nice storms here.
Oh,
And-
nice prompt Archon morph too, making sure they don't get sniped. That was a really good engage for Steve. Now
Yeah.
he's looking real strong. Needs more gates, but he's getting there.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the Dragoon switch feels like super early. Maybe he's suspecting that there is a lurker follow-up behind this, because 3-hatch lurker is actually... 3-hatch, I mean, not 3-hatch lurker, I'm sorry. 3-hatch layer and then going into lurkers is really strong on this map because of all the high ground bridges and such. Contains are really
And there's
powerful on this
Archon
map.
doing so much damage, but it's so close to death. Oh, someone shoot the Archon, it's about to die. Oh, these small trickles of Hydras are not going to do anything. He's rallying them all and they're just dying on move command. That's really unfair.
Yeah, the fake Finn definitely not keeping up with everything that's going on in the game right now.
He could definitely defend this, I think, if he just amassed his forces that are setting one at a time. But he definitely still needs more hatcheries, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he has the money to afford it. He does have his layer up now. Not getting any upgrades as far as I can tell. If he was getting lurker upgrade now, he might have been able to hold this. And we actually do see a robotics facility and an observatory from Steve. He's actually making a
so
shuttle
he really
first.
was thinking that.
Really smart play from Steve here. I mean, the shuttle
Ooh.
before observer is one of my favorite things to do because you can
And on
start
this
harassing.
map, it can be ridiculous.
Yeah, because the Zerg's never going to defend the bottom right.
Yeah, especially without a Spire, right?
Yeah.
No Scourge to stop a shuttle. Yeah, I mean, looking at this now, I'm thinking the Zerg can hold his front okay, yeah. Oh, there goes that Archon too.
Yeah.
That's still a pick off.
Part of the problem for the fake Finn is that he's been supply blocked for so long. He's at 36 out of
Ooh,
35, but he
really
is
bad
gonna
engage
hold
for the
this.
Protoss.
Yeah, that's true.
Sort of moved into the waiting arms of the Zerg there, and I mean moved. He moved commanded in. Ouch.
Yeah, Hydra.
I really want to see CF take the back base because it's just there for the taking. Instead, he takes this one. Whoa!
There is a gas there. You have to give credit where credit's due. Oh, is he gonna
gas at
take
the
both
back
the middle
base
base?
too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He has a probe there.
No. No, this is not gonna work. If he kept his army alive, I mean, maybe it's like some really like 500 IQ like late game play where it's like, well, if I mine this out in the early game, it doesn't matter that I can't secure it in the late game or something.
Yeah, true, because Zerg is gonna have map control most likely, and so you're pretty much taking money out of Zerg's hands. Steve definitely with the big strats, forward-thinking play here.
I'm thinking this is what I'll do on this map PvZ now. I'll open to proxy 2 gate, but I'll only make like enough zealots to block the ramp, and then quickly try and mine this space out, and then go home. Like I'll take all my probes from my main over here.
Lisa's asking, do you think he knows that he has a back natural? I can't be certain.
It's possible that he doesn't, but from what I've seen so far, like he
Yeah.
seems to know like where his opponent is. Like his probe went straight there and such. So it
Yeah.
seems unlikely that he doesn't know the map. Maybe he just forgot about it.
Yeah, I looked at his scouting path, like what he's seen with his Overlord and with his probe. He has not seen the backdoor expansion from the Zerg either. So he doesn't have any
Ooh.
visual indication that there's something there. I mean, he does have a ramp behind his gas that he might...
Yeah, you'd think he'd be like, what's down here at some point?
But...
Well, if he is prepping for the late game, it's like, no, I'll force myself to be more economical now, so later I'll have this, like, free base to use.
Can we talk about how absurd how many Hydras you can afford off of a very not strong 3 base economy? There is so many Hydras out here.
Yeah, he
And
doesn't even have that many drones.
he has like
what,
10 drones
2
on
minerals
middle.
at the back one.
Yeah. Alright.
So many have died too. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, he has another Archon. I think he morphed it prematurely. He doesn't have any Templar here.
Yeah, no.
And-
Needed like 4 storms for that fight.
Yeah, and this is how Protoss can hemorrhage a win out of their own hands. It's when you
Yeah,
it's when
I
you
think he
engage
definitely
Hydras.
doesn't know about the back base because he's about to expand down here to 7 o'clock.
Maybe he's keeping it for safekeeping. That might be the play. You know,
Yeah.
he expects the
I
Zerg
really
imbalance.
hope
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really hope this game goes ridiculously late and he thinks, oh, I'm out of my minerals, and then, like, he happens to, like, fly a shuttle over there and he's like, oh, 3 minerals, yeah.
No, he flies a shuttle over there and Zerg's expanded there. He's taking it.
Oh, dude, if Zerg could somehow get set up there, it would be pretty hellish to take.
Oh, with a Nidus Canal too?
Yeah, like
Ooh.
with, SimCity and Lurkers, like, it would be as defensible as any.
Imagine like all of a sudden like 100 cracklings in your base from the
Oh.
from a Nidus Canal back there.
That scares me.
And
Hey, what happened
Steve,
to that shuttle? Oh, here it is. Triple DT drop. Wow.
DT drop is fantastic against Zerg. I like the fact that Finn, oh my god, Finn's at Hive and he's going Ultra. He's going 3 base Ultra behind this.
Interesting.
3 base, 12 drone economy Ultra.
12 drone economy ultra, yeah, that's right.
This is
But
fierce.
he's got the gas, but I don't know about the rest of it.
Alright, Steve finally brought some High Templar with him, but the fake Finn, he can't be attacking with 12 Hydra at a time. He needs to be pulling all his Hydra at the same time.
Well, all the zealots will be dead soon, though, and that doesn't really matter. But at the same time, CF is dropping the DTs in at the base. I mean, this is all just a great storm there. Damn,
Wow.
that did a lot of damage. Not quite enough.
Yeah, it doesn't
The
matter.
Dragoons suck.
Yeah, Hydras are amazing, dude. But the
Look at
DTs are
these
gonna chop
DTs.
chop.
Oh my god.
I
Yeah,
mean-
there's only 12 drones, it only takes them 4 attacks to kill all of them.
Yeah, this is super brutal for
Wow.
the fake Finn because he's not gonna have enough money to replace the 10 drones that are his entire
you're
economy.
Right. Oh my god.
He teched so much. He teched through his entire bank.
Spawning pool gonna go down. Please kill that Ultra Cabin. Oh, he's gonna go for the Hive and the Hydrogen. I don't think he's paying attention to those right now. And Twin GG's probably rightly.
Yeah. When you
Protoss is taking a third base, if not the one we wanted, so he'll just keep powering from.
well, what can I say? The fake Finn, he had a good idea. He had the right idea. All things considered, that was the right idea. Bust the bad wall from Protoss. Even if you don't know it's a
Yeah,
bad wall, you can
absolutely.
just assume that it's a bad wall, alright? And you bust
Yeah.
it. But it was just the execution was a little lacking. And
Well, and the follow up as well is sort of just kept doing the same thing, and then I'm going for. I'm gonna be right back before we get into the next one. I just need some more.
did he just say that he was going to get some water? he's sometimes Neblime talks so fast that I can't. I feel like I can't keep up. I think he said he's going to get some water. I'm gonna drink some water too. So I guess I'll use this moment to give advice to the players. I'm gonna focus on the winner first, because when you win, it's hard to know what you did right or wrong. First thing, that wall was certainly questionable. What I really suggest people do is when they prepare for matches, just find a pro replay, find a pro VOD. Use the Team Liquid Pro database to find a VOD of your matchup on that map, and then copy the wall. Just outright copy it. There's no copyrights on walls. There's no patents. You don't have to pay royalties to Bisu to copy his walls. Just load it up, copy the wall. And you know what I used to do when I was starting out? I would screenshot the wall, and then I would build it in Windows. I mean, in a windowed version of StarCraft. I would copy the wall to get it into higher quality, because VODs were really low quality back then. And then I would screenshot that, the wall inside of my natural, and then I would print it out on a piece of paper and keep it next to my computer, so that when I spawn, I know exactly how to wall that location on that map.
I'm back.
What?
I would also say if you just do empty map practice a lot of the time. I will say I had a lot of trouble finding the right position for walls with terrain, even if I practice them a lot. But I don't know. I reached a certain point where suddenly it's just like my brain suddenly understands build the positioning better. Even because the hardest thing for me was when you don't have a building at all, right? You got to start from scratch. It's hard to find the spot for the first one. But I think with enough practice, you sort of just are like, okay, there it is.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people focus too much on learning the exact wall for each map. Obviously, players at this level, that's where you have to start, right? But after a
Yeah,
certain
it's
time,
the rules. You're right.
yeah, you learn the rules. Yeah, the rules are what matters. It's not the exact positions on stuff. It's about, and it's also about, like, having a feel for how big each building is. Like, pylon is X big, forge is X big, gateway is X big. That fits there. I can look at a ramp and tell you if I'll have a zealot tight wall or not. Not
Yeah,
not
I
not
have
not
no
to
idea how to
brag.
wall on any of the spots on BGH, but just following the rules. Like in most spots, you can set up a link tight one.
And
It's Terran anyway. Good luck, Protoss.
um, let me double check real quick who we're going to be seeing in this match. I know that Buena is one of them. Yes, it's going to be
Okay.
Buenaventura, who is the well-mannered, everyone's favorite in the El Master Beginner Discord, Buenaventura. He always comes in super excited about the game. He's like, "Hey guys, I got absolutely destroyed today on ladder. I had so much fun." Everyone wishes they
Nice.
felt like Buena about the game. And
Nice.
and he's playing against Space Oddity, who I believe is also very new to the scene. I've definitely not seen him around much, but I love his name, by the way, because Space Oddity is a great album. And it's going to be a ZVP, and it's going to be the only game in the group, actually. It looks like everyone else
Oh.
decided that they gave up their spots, pretty much.
So these two players both advanced despite one of them losing this match.
Yeah, this is the seeding match right here. Who's going to be first seed?
Yeah.
Who's going to be second seed?
Ah, yeah. Is that how the round of 16 is determined? Or what is it, round of 12? How are we doing it? I don't know.
We can look back at it later. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Buena is going to spawn as the green Zerg at 7 o'clock here.
No,
No,
Red
I'm
Protoss.
sorry, I lied.
That,
Wait.
that is not 7 o'clock, that's 11 o'clock.
I'm
Red
terrible at
Protoss
this.
at 7 o'clock is Space Oddity.
Yes, I'm so sorry about that, my dude. I don't know what it. That's why I always try to say like top left, top right, bottom right, because I know that I'm clock retarded. But see, this is like
What's a specific disability you have?
this is 10:30 o'clock now. I'm gonna have to be extra precise in order to fix it. So yeah.
Yeah, I wish they gave like the minutes as well.
PVZ on this map, I think we talked about it briefly last time, but I was saying how I really feel that this is a great map for PVZ. And ooh, in base pylon on this map, in base pylon. That's telling me that it's most likely gonna be
Yeah.
2 gate. It has to be.
But 2-gate in base on this map? I mean, you
It's
can't hold a ramp to like keep Zerg up there, so I
Yeah.
thought that's like a downside already.
yeah,
And
but
if I guess Zerg probably wouldn't do this, but if they expanded to the back, that would be like the perfect counter to this, because it's so far away and they're going hatch first. Like, I don't know, just my musings on that.
ooh,
Whoa! What?
okay.
What?
Space.
Is he gonna cannon rush behind the minerals?
I think we're gonna learn something new today about the game. we're gonna find out an interaction that works or doesn't work in one direction or another. You know what I mean? We're gonna
Yeah,
see.
true.
Yeah, we're gonna see something new here. That's all I can tell you. That's
We're
the
going to solve the problem. Maybe someone told him, oh, Bonaventura four pulls every game, so he's like preparing.
true. That is a good point. And speaking of, this is a 9 pool, I believe. No,
Oh, dude, look, he's preparing for a four pull. What the?
was it
This
overpool?
is so
No,
weird.
it was overpool. I apologize.
Yeah, but look,
Yeah.
he made a cannon first. I think he was actually straight up expecting a four pull.
Um, the cannon placement isn't the greatest either. He could.
No, it's not. I mean, I was sort of, taking that in stride.
So Space Oddity for the next time, if you are gonna open with some build that requires you to build cannons in your mineral line, I mean with the gateway, this is actually not bad. If he has zealots there, it is gonna be a little bit
Oh my god,
difficult.
that overlord! Damn it! If it
Great.
flew over the cannon, that would be like the perfect build. The photon cannon timing attack.
Well, props to Buena. He scouted well and he reacted to the
Yeah.
cannon really well. You have no idea how many overlords I've lost to cannons.
Oh, I know, it's
Yeah.
half dead even though it pulled back like way early.
And Buena is gonna react by making pure drones behind this. He knows that his opponent is
That is so smart.
Yeah, Buena is a genius
Uh,
for that, I think. He's gonna make just two
yeah.
Zerglings in order to kill the scouting probe, and that's
Yeah,
it. And
very smart.
yeah, this is a great play because if Protoss plays so defensively like this without taking an expansion, you have plenty of time to do whatever you want as Zerg. You can drone up really hard, and it
I
actually
mean,
looks
you go
like
straight for a third hatchery here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because all you need to do is make enough lings to counter any zealots that come out, because you know his tick's going to be a while.
oh my god, it's gonna be a cannon rush on the front, but the Lings are gonna find it.
Bit
No,
late. Yeah.
this is a big brain play. This is too big
Bit of
brain.
a standoff here. The lings are too scared. Like, what's that big glowy thing? I want to touch it.
Have you seen the video where it's like a Corsair and an Overlord, and it's like it's doing like this light show in its face, like bop
Whoa.
bop bop. I'm gonna show it to you later.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, but it cancels the pylon.
Yeah, I mean, I think he
He's
saw the
just like-
Zerglings that he saw. He knows.
I don't know how he's going to do in this game, but he's outplaying my brain right now, I gotta say.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Ooh.
He's getting gas.
So it's going to be like a one-base tech with a lot of zealots. He could do like a zealot speed attack of some kind.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it has to be. And this is actually a really old school PVZ. In like during the Savior era, like pre-Bisu, people were going like one base, four
The dark
gateway,
times.
speed lot, Archon, right? So if he gets +1 here and then
Whoa.
gets Citadel, that would be the play, I think.
That sounds pretty cool, by the way.
The messed up thing is that they were still getting beat by Savior, even when doing that. And Savior was taking like 3 bases, he was still holding it, so I think that's why Bisu won in the end, because like that's why the Forge Fast Expand is so standard now. But Buena going up to 4 hatcheries now, reacting so well to the build of the Protoss, and looks like Protoss actually going to try to expand behind this.
Buena has a lot of drones, he needs to distribute them better.
Absolutely. I mean, he does have the
Also, he has
luxury.
no gas.
Five hatch before gas is actually quite normal in this matchup, from what I know.
Really? Oh. I thought you want to get it after the first 3 hatches.
Yeah, no.
Well, you could make a whole ton of lings, I suppose. That would not be a bad idea at all.
No, but the thing is, what you do with 5 hatch no gas is you first of all, usually Protoss can't do anything aggressive to you until
Yeah.
until it's time for you to get the Hydras, which can be after 5 hatcheries. And second of all, because you're pumping pure drones, you can make static defense like sunken, etc. And
Oh,
then,
he's already doing that, actually.
yeah, and then you can sim city really well and just have a couple units just prevent the zealots from doing anything. And Space Oddity looks like he's just defending his front a little bit more. I was thinking that he might expand behind this, but no, he's going to go in with 3 zealots. And let's see the preparation from Buena. Buena's adding the second colony, has some Zerglings out. Looks like there's a drone there,
Yeah.
maybe going to help the SimCity a little bit, but I don't see Buena struggling to hold this at all. Great reaction from
Even
Buena
just
here.
with the sunken he had in the lings, I think it would be absolutely fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that Buena's droning as hard as he could have behind this, though. Because, yeah, look at his naturals. He doesn't have much mining. Just transferred a couple now. But still, compared to Space Oddity, he's going to be a way ahead, so I shouldn't be too big.
Yeah, and I mean, he is still making drones. You have to consider the fact that he just made like 4 buildings in a rapid succession.
Oh, yeah, that explains it.
Yeah, so he needed the drones in order to make the buildings in order to make more drones later. So
Whoa.
I'm not gonna disagree
Double
with it.
gas? Before lair?
Yeah, that's a little suspect to me. Without even a Hydra Den coming up.
I remember when you'd look at my TVP replays when I did something that didn't make sense, you'd be like, oh, that's suspect. I find that funny. You don't say, like, that's wrong. You're just like, that's suspect.
Yeah, like I mean, I give you the benefit of the doubt. You know, you haven't been to court yet. We haven't been determined that you're a criminal or not. You know, that's you're just it's just suspect. You know what I mean? There's actually a
Crimes
lot of
against
zealots
StarCraft. Oh,
now.
that drone! Oh, that drone almost lost its life. These
The
lings might.
Yeah, these Zerglings cannot fight outside the protection of these Sunkens right here. As this zealot number climbs, the Lings start trading worse and worse and worse in lower numbers.
And +1 is on the way.
Yes, and do we
I'm
have a
thinking
Citadel?
this
Yes.
SimCity isn't ideal, but it is useful. Like, if you fight the Zealots in that little gap there, it'd be quite good.
Yeah, I think what the only thing that he's really missing is like either a Hydra Den or an Evolution Chamber somewhere between the two hatcheries. That would just make it
Yeah.
ideal.
Well, my non-Zerg immediate impression is what you want to do is have an Evo just below the hatchery to the left, or the hatchery to the left of that, sort of more towards the choke, just to make a tight wall. And, like, if Zealots have to run all the way around for the mineral line, they're not going to have a good time no matter what's happening.
And I just wanted to address the chat a little bit. Durkovic asked why is FFE standard now, and Least answered, and his answer is really good. You need 2 gas in order to compete with Zerg options, and you need the Corsair to scout what Zerg's doing, and then you need to have enough gas to go Templar after that. That's basically the main reason. And Zergling's still
Is
running
he
out.
attacking his own Zealot?
Yeah, he
He's
is.
attacking his own Zealot! Oh, this he steals the kill. How rude. Here he goes. I don't think this is enough.
He runs in really for free though. Like this should not be that free. The
True.
first sunken goes down. There's still a decent amount of zealots, but they ate too many sunken shots. Dragoons on their own are not going to do it. And now Durka is making a bunch of Hydras. This was definitely 5 hatch Hydra, like 5 hatch before gas into Hydra. And we're seeing the strength of this play now. Look how many Hydras pop down at once.
Yeah, I mean, he has a great drone cat now as well. I feel like it was almost a bit of an anti-timing for the Protoss because it's 4+1 or Zealot legs. I mean, there's still a fair way away, but still, if you waited for that, would have made it stronger. But as you said, the Hydras did come out just after that finish, so maybe that was the only window he had. Nonetheless, we can see, having stuck on one base for so long, he's just at such a big disadvantage, and there's much he can do now.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough cannons to hold this. He doesn't have enough army left because he lost his ball. Losing your army is such a no-no in PvZ. Even if you go one base, you need to retain your army because that's like your chess piece. That's your tactical advantage.
Yeah.
And you need to, as in PvZ, you really need to snowball your army. You need to build it and build it and build it and not take bad trades. That was a terrible trade for Space Oddity, unfortunately, and he does not have the eco to back it up. But he is going to hold off these Lings. They ran on a little bit ahead of the Hydras.
Oh, the Dragoon. The Dragoon, he was one day from retirement, he almost made it back into the base. But he didn't.
Yeah, so I see that Space Oddity went for a Robo. I suspect that he was thinking about getting observers in preparation for lurkers that are not coming anytime soon. I really would have liked to see Templar Archives instead, because even though Buena does have this Overlord here, the DT can still find areas to fight outside of the range of this Overlord. And by the way, great placement from Buena here with the Overlord. It's in range of the cannon, but it's never going to see it when it's up there. So
it's really kind of on the edge too. It's like as far as it can be, so that's really well. The other thing I'd say is it'd be good if he could have gotten Overlord to watch the back mineral base, see if Protoss is taking that.
Yeah, that's possible, but I think maybe if based on his scouting information, knowing that it's one gate on one base, like he would suspect that maybe like a Dragoon's coming out soon. There's no point in losing an Overlord when you already know that the Protoss is on one base. But on the other hand, you might scout what tech the Protoss is doing. So I would have to. Never mind. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Well, another thing I'll say is we can criticize Space Oddity's opening and attack, but I will say at least he like had a backup. He did expand behind it. He wasn't just like banking on that winning the game.
Yeah, true. And I do want to note that, first of all, Buena's taking his 4th base, which I really like, and second of all, his economy is now monstrous. Now, do you see do you see the advantage of like you cut a couple of drones here and there just to hold off whatever Protoss is doing, and throw down those hatcheries early on. But now his production is going to be monstrous. He's outsupplying the Protoss, but this is a lot of speed lots actually with +1. He is going to be forced to pull back though.
That's a lot of Hydras with +1.
Do they have +1? Yeah, they do. You're right.
Yes, they do.
Maybe he should have gone for +1 armor, right?
Well, engaging with the cannons. Maybe these Zealots. There's a lot of Zealots. You're right.
Yeah.
They're all getting distracted by that Zergling. That one Zergling actually kind of turned that fight because all the Zealots were getting shot at.
Yeah, absolutely. In Zealot versus Hydralisk, one of the main things that you want to do is like determine how many Zealots to send to which clump of Hydra. Because what Zergs will do is they will split them up, hoping that you make the bad decision. You'll have 8 Zealots on 3 Hydras, and I think these Zealots are on target. They were target attacked to one of the Hydras, and they got out microed here by Buena. Buena being super dominant here.
Yeah, out macroing as well. Like just the fact that he's rallying so many more Hydras. And yeah, this will probably be enough to finish it off.
Yeah, Buena, I mean, going back, he's fighting, he's macroing at the same time, he's taking his fourth base. I'm really liking this play from Buena a lot.
Yeah, I think his opening was just a lot more well, a
Cohesive.
lot better. Really, that is all I want to say. Like,
Mhm.
I wouldn't say already executed whatever he was doing that badly. It's just what he was doing is not as good.
Yeah, first of all, it wasn't good for this map. That's the major point that I
That's
would have to
true also.
say. Yeah, like a one base tech play or a one base play in general is actually like passable on ramped maps, for example. But on maps like this, where there's such a wide entrance between your main and your natural, there's such a wide entrance into your natural, it's practically impossible to play well off of one base against Zerg. So I like the idea from Space Oddity, but definitely could use a little bit of refinement and fine tuning to the maps that he's playing on. And yeah, this.
Well, now these Hydras are just waiting to go in and kill.
Yeah, I think maybe Buena he's a little bit he doesn't have Overlord speed yet, so maybe he was worried about Dark Templar, and, like he wanted to
Well,
stay
all
by
the more
that over.
reason to get in quickly, isn't it? And not wait.
Well, no, he has the Overlord in the natural, so he
Oh,
could
he does
protect his
too,
Hydras
doesn't
that
he?
way. But yeah, this is not gonna be enough. Hydra is a good unit to make, and that's gonna be GG.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah, very nicely done by Buena there, and Space Oddity as well. Props to him for trying something different. I like I said, we're gonna learn something how something interacts with something else today, and we definitely did that.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting. He had all those zealots a bit early.
Mhm.
Maybe with like a sharper speed and +1, there is sort of a window there if Zerg doesn't really react and they're still just playing like the sort of standard Spire type.
Yeah, and two gate is actually pretty good against Overpool, just as an opening. So 12 hatch is better than two gate. Like it seems kind of counterintuitive, but two hatch gets more larva and the links pop out just in time to defend against the zealots. But with Overpool, you have to decide between making drones, making zerglings, and if you scout it late, you might not have enough zerglings to hold. So Space Oddity, if you had just gone for the two gates, like after the four, without a forge. That's what I wanted to say. I feel like he could have been in a much better position there. So definitely suggest looking into maybe some pro gamer replays and altering your build to like maybe fit more into like kind of the standard ideas that are following. It sounds boring, but it'll lead to much better games that you'll enjoy, I think.
Right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So that's all we've got for today?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, that means that Buena is gonna move. Yeah, there is seeding in the round of 16. We were gonna talk about that. So it says like loser of game 3 versus winner of game 4. For example, is gonna be in the round of 16. Um, wait, am I right?
I don't know.
No,
I've
no, no.
never
Yeah,
really
yeah.
looking.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the map that I'm looking at. But no, that's just describing the round of 24. Um, we have to ask Least about what the seeding process is going to be because there are 8 people who are already seeded right into the round of 16. The people that we have that won are going to be just added on, and winner of game 3 goes to round 16. Winner of game 5 goes to round of 16. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there's not going to be any seeding. In this case, I think just both Buena and Space Oddity are going to be moving on ahead. It was just a game for fun, for practice, and for preparation.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
And if they have to face each other again, it's useful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, um, yeah, that about does it for the games that we have today. You have any closing thoughts, Nebline?
Nope. My mind is empty.
That makes 2 of us, my friend.
Ha!
With, so yeah, I want to give a shout out to Least for organizing this tournament. I want to give a shout out to the players that we had today. Buena, congratulations. Also, congratulations to I believe MJ. They said that MJ did just advance after winning, and
Yeah.
congratulations to Siev who also advanced. And better luck next time to Space Oddity and M Shift. I mean, you guys definitely. You could use this as a great learning experience and try to model your future learning around this kind of thinking, where you prepare for a specific matchup on a specific map and then you play the game and then you have someone review the replays for you later. It doesn't have to be casted. It could just be a couple of notes here and there, and I think that that's one of the best ways to improve in this game is collaborating with other people who might know a little bit more than you and they can give you tips to go in the right way and playing with purpose, deciding what you want to do on each map against what each
Even
race.
I'd like to point out, even if someone knows the same things you know, just having them view is still good from a different perspective.
Yeah, just remind you a little bit of the things that you already know, right?
Yeah, and they might put emphasis on things that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I think I'm just gonna wrap it up then. Thank you, Nebline, for co-casting with me. I
No
will
worries.
probably do it again next time, and see you everyone later. Thank you for tuning in.
See you guys.